Hello everyone, this is the furry here. So my VTuber software isn't working exactly, so take just a shittily drawn PNG of it instead. So this is going to be a mini rant video. I'm busy working on other shit. I might finish, I don't know. So, even though this has happened practically months ago, I'm still really pissy about it. Especially considering the fact that no one is fucking talking about it. Or at least from what I've seen, I'm not. I've done this thing where I just got off Reddit, and that's improved my life a whole bunch, surprisingly. Anyway, so, we all know about the game Marvel Rivals, that newish Overwatch clone that came out late last year. 2025 is when I'm recording this. So, my friend and I decided to play it, and what would you know, I really fucking liked it because it didn't feel as bullshitty as Overwatch did. I mean, I haven't played Overwatch since before they added that hazard tank character. That was the last time I played it, because I hate the game, so why would I play something I hate? Anyway, it felt like a really nice alternative to Overwatch, and it was fun. But what would you know, while playing it with my friend, it was on Steam, I got a GPU error. Well, the game crashed mid-game, and the Steam report said I had a GPU crash, or something GPU related. And I was like, huh, that's weird. So I just relaunched the game and continued on. While waiting for queues, I searched it up, and it was surprisingly a common thing that people experience GPU crashes. And I was like, huh. Well, it's probably because it's Unreal Engine 5, and I've heard that Unreal Engine 5 has shitty optimization. I don't know about now, but like even with the Silent Hill 2 remake on PC, I've heard it doesn't perform well because of Unreal Engine 5. So I just assume it was something out of their control or whatever, you know? Anyway, so interestingly enough, sometime after playing, I was still playing it and everything, and I read about quote-unquote horror stories where people's computers break after playing Marvel Rivals. I don't know how exaggerated it was. Like, I read a post like, oh, it broke my computer to make it blue screen. I had to bring it in for repairs. It corrupted my whole hard drive it was installed on. I was like, alright, this is a little suspicious. I uninstalled it. Not maybe being a skeptic or anything. But then I got a new hard drive and reinstalled it on that one. Where I really just only install quote unquote sketchy things on that hard drive. You know, just in case. So then I've started noticing my monitors broke. Like I had a regular monitor and a very shitty monitor. Fuck, I can't even remember which one it was. One of them broke. I think it was the more expensive monitor that broke. It just wouldn't turn on. Well, it was on, but the screen wasn't working. It was just a black screen. Restarting didn't work, plugging it in and out didn't work, even the computer didn't work. So, yeah, that's fun. I didn't have to get my other friend, thankfully gave me her monitor. But then, I got a replacement monitor anyway because it was curved and personal preference. So then I just noticed that sometimes both of my monitors would break. Not as bad as the one that permanently broke, but they just black screened, but I still was getting audio. This happened while playing World of Warcraft, and this is pretty important. A Pandorian dungeon. My screens broke, but I was still playing. Still had audio on. Again, mentioning Pandaria, because Pandaria is fucking like a decade old or some shit over that. So it's not really the highest res thing for World of Warcraft, and World of Warcraft lately has been horribly optimized too. So I thought that was weird. And then it happened when I was when I was rendering something in Source Filmmaker. I was like, oh, that's weird. Maybe it's just had the settings too high. I had my friend in person, and we were playing Spore, of all things. The Maxis game, Spore. The Creature Evolution game from the 2000s. I lightly tapped the side of my computer, and the screens broke. So we restarted the thing, and just to let you know, I had to manually go to the computer, like the fucking case, to manually turn it off and on. And then I accidentally tapped it again with my toe, and it crashed again. The GPU. I learned that if the monitor's turned off but there's still audio, that's a GPU crash. My cat made the GPU crash by rubbing on my computer case. How does that happen? How the fuck does that happen? I don't know. I tapped the side, the corner of the case where there's absolutely no hardware. The GPU crashed. And then I restarted my computer manually, turn off and on. I had Firefox open, Discord open, Steam. 3 minutes after fresh restart and turning off and on, the GPU's crashed. And I was like, that's not right. So one of my friends, the one I played Rivals with, he helped install a new GPU. The same model, just one that's not used. And what would you know? I haven't had to restart my computer at all, or have the screen. I guess as a given, obviously the screens haven't gone black. Just a little thing about me, I try to restart my computer as minimal as possible because it's just a pain in the ass to reboot everything, reopen everything and all that. My computer's been bitching at me to update it, but I haven't done so because I don't need to restart it because I'm not experiencing any problems with it. Marvel Rivals completely killed and fried my GPU somehow. I don't even know how software can do this. And it's not the fact I had a shitty GPU. I think it's like a 5090 maybe. Not even that. I'm not entirely sure. It's not the best of the line. But I mean, it's not shitty at all. I don't play that many mainline games, but I experience Here's a Storm, Diablo 3 is probably not a good example, Diablo 3, Overwatch, max settings, no problems. But I got GPU crashes playing on the lowest graphical settings on Marvel Rivals. Strange. I've played Baldur's Gate 3, default settings, to be fair, for I don't know. Let me check exactly. 76 minutes is what Steam says. And yet, I never experienced a GPU crash before until I played Marvel Rivals. How the fuck can a software do this? I know goddamn well I don't have a fucking computer virus or any shit like that. I never experienced problems with this with my computer until I played Marvel Rivals and I started getting those random GPU crashes. And it was like, I read those stories on Reddit when I got the first GPU crash from the game, not my whole monitors. And I was like, oh, that's a little scary, but I don't think it would happen to me. And now I had to have a whole new GPU installed, and haven't had any problems since. What really pisses me off, though, is that I never hear anyone YouTube-wise talk about it. And mainly, I'm only subscribed to one YouTuber who covers rival content. And yet, I never hear any criticism about software-wise. I did, though, watch another YouTuber. His video was trying Rivals for a week to see if it's better than Overwatch. But funnily enough, he was also getting those GPU crashes. I don't know if it fried his GPU or anything, but it was really pissing me off. There were people in the comments blaming him for the problem. It's like, oh, you have the wrong GPU settings, you should downgrade, or it's like, Motherfucker. I played, again, Baldur's Gate 3, fucking extremely detailed game. Played Overwatch, its rival, Marvel Rivals competitor, at max settings. Never had any problems. In fact, the only problems I had with Overwatch were internet related. And yet, people's faults for having quote-unquote bad GPUs to get the GPU crashes. I try to check back between every patch note I'm aware of that Rivals gets on Steam to look at the discussion, and I still see people requesting them to fix the fucking GPU bug. And I want to love the game. It was fun, I admit it. I really enjoyed it, a lot more than Overwatch. But I'm not gonna support a company that won't fix this bug that breaks people's literal computer software. I'm not gonna support that, and they refuse to fix it. And it's a shame that I feel like, again, I don't go on Reddit or anything, I don't know the news or shit. It sucks to feel like people just sweep it under the rug because it only happens to a couple people. It's like, oh, you have to downgrade your graphics card or wherever. And it's like, no, it fucking fried my graphics card. It fried it to the point where my computer, it's crashed after 3 minutes of turning my computer off and on again. Fucking unbelievable. I don't know how a software can do that. Anyway, that's it. I just wanted to rant about something I've been feeling pissed off about for a couple of months now. I still am.